Digital commerce across Ghana is accelerating rapidly, generating millions of daily transactions that require immediate, secure processing to keep businesses moving. But unlike Western markets built on legacy credit card rails, the primary financial engine driving this entire economy is mobile money. This ecosystem is controlled by three major telecom operators: MTN Momo, Telecel Cash, and Airtel Tigo. For the average consumer, having multiple providers creates healthy competition. For a software engineering team trying to build a payment system, it creates a massive structural bottleneck. To build a viable fintech application or digital storefront in this market, you cannot choose just one. You have to accept all three networks to capture the full customer base. The hidden cost of that requirement is time. Building direct integrations with each distinct telecom operator takes weeks and often months of custom engineering work. Which means the greatest barrier to scaling a digital business in Ghana is rarely customer acquisition. It is the sheer friction of back-end payment integration. Direct integration creates a tangled web where one server speaks three different API protocols. Engineers write distinct logic for non-standardized formats. Providers operate on completely different settlement schedules, forcing the backend to juggle asynchronous loops. Worst of all, unreliable webhook delivery causes dropped confirmations mid-transit. Maintaining this fragile architecture requires constant oversight, draining precious engineering resources away from actual product development. Scaling effectively requires abandoning this fragmented web entirely and replacing it with a single unified abstraction layer. That is exactly what payx provides. It is a developer-first payment gateway built specifically to unify Ghana's mobile money networks into one cohesive system. By abstracting the complex telecom layer away entirely, engineering teams can solve network fragmentation with a single, highly reliable point of contact. On the right, payx acts as a central routing hub, translating one standardized REST API request into the distinct languages required by each telco endpoint. A merchant server sends a single post request, and payx automatically routes it to the correct mobile money network. This single connection is bidirectional. It manages both collections, receiving money from customers, and disbursements, sending money out to vendors or employees. To implement this, payx provides specific integration methods tailored to the engineering team's stack. For server-side operations, the official Node.js SDK handles heavy back-end logic, allowing developers to cleanly execute bulk payouts and verify transaction signatures securely. For web applications, the front-end JavaScript integration deploys a responsive, inline checkout modal directly onto the site, keeping users in the application's flow. Both tools eliminate the need for writing repetitive boilerplate integration code, taking a development team from zero to a live production environment in minutes. Payx shifts the burden of telco routing off the merchant's codebase, converting a long-term engineering project into a standard implementation task. Of course, before any code touches real customer funds, fintech architects need the ability to rigorously test their payment logic. This is the payx sandbox environment. It provides a secure testing ground that accurately simulates the behavior of the live production network. Developers can use this interface to intentionally trigger edge cases, like simulating network timeouts or incorrect PIN entries, to verify that their application handles errors gracefully. Once in the live environment, a different challenge emerges: knowing precisely when a payment actually succeeds or fails. Traditional systems rely on polling, constantly asking the server if an update has occurred. Payx uses a highly efficient push-based architecture instead. Payx pushes real-time status updates directly to the merchant server, the precise millisecond a transaction completes. Secured by HMAC verification, both sender and receiver verify a matching cryptographic key before the data is accepted, glowing green to confirm authenticity. This specific protocol guarantees that the incoming payload was genuinely generated by the payx gateway and has not been intercepted or tampered with in transit. That verification ensures that bad actors cannot forge successful payment confirmations to steal services or goods, because an elegant, fast API is functionally useless without cryptographically guaranteed real-time state verification to back it up. Beyond the developer integration experience, the platform's true value lies within the raw processing power of its underlying operational infrastructure. This network dashboard reveals the primary performance metric of the payx gateway, an average latency of just 184 milliseconds per transaction. That extreme low latency powers a frictionless, instant checkout experience, contributing directly to a 99.2% transaction success rate. Maintaining a high success rate is a major feat, given the unreliability of direct telecom connections. The system achieves this through automatic failover logic. If one internal routing path drops, payx instantly redirects traffic to an alternative node. For enterprise applications processing millions of dollars, pure speed must be matched with rigorous base layer security. The platform is ISO 27001 compliant, demonstrating a verified commitment to the strict data protection protocols required for high-availability financial operations. True fintech scale in an emerging market requires treating payment routing as mission-critical infrastructure that meets global availability and security standards. The benefits of this high-availability architecture extend far beyond simply collecting payments from customers. The secondary pillar of the payx platform is its automated disbursements and payouts engine. This engine allows businesses to process complex outbound operations, like executing employee payroll, settling vendor invoices, or facilitating instant customer cash-outs. Here is the ultimate endpoint of these operations. Businesses can trigger instant bulk payouts to thousands of individual mobile wallets simultaneously via one API call. To mitigate the risk of sending funds to the wrong recipient, the API runs an automated wallet and account name verification before a single SETI is dispersed. This verification step proactively prevents failed bulk transfers and entirely eliminates the need for manual compliance checks by internal finance teams. Ultimately, payx completely abstracts the friction of the telecom layer, freeing teams to focus purely on building their core product and growing their revenue. With a unified API structure, real-time cryptographic webhooks, and sub-200 millisecond latency, payx provides the technical foundation needed to scale commerce across the Ghanaian economy.